The story begins with two teenage girls discussing the events of the previous weekend, during which one of them, Katie Embry, played by Amber Tamblyn, went to a cabin in the mountains to spend time with some friends. While talking, the subject of a supposedly cursed videotape is brought up. The other girl, Rebecca Kotler, played by Rachel Bella, states that anyone who watches this video receives a phone call, in which a voice says, "You will die in 7 days." Then, exactly 7 days to the minute after viewing the tape, the viewer dies. Katie reveals in horror that she had watched that video at the cabin last weekend with 3 friends, exactly 7 days earlier. While they were happy joking over the discussion, the home telephone started ringing, and that put both of them to fear. There really is a tape. She asked her. They both tried to go check who is calling. They got to the place where the phone is ringing but slowed down before picking up. After a series of unexplainable occurrences, involving a television in the house turning itself on and eerie sounds, Katie is mysteriously killed while Becca has the misfortune of watching, causing her to be institutionalized in a mental hospital. The film then introduces Katie's aunt, Rachel, played by Naomi Watts, a journalist living in Seattle. Her son, Aiden, was not only Katie's cousin but also a good friend, and seems to be sensitive to psychic occurrences. Aiden's teacher brings to Rachel's attention that he had been drawing pictures of his cousin dead in the ground for days before Katie actually died. At Katie's funeral, Rachel's sister asks her to investigate her daughter's death, and, as she begins, she learns of the videotape. Her investigation leads her to the same cabin in the mountains where Katie and her friends had watched the tape. There, she finds the tape and eventually watches it. After that, the phone rings and a girl says, 7 days. The next day she calls Noah, Aiden's father, to see the video. Noah is sarcastic and skeptical about the link between the videos and the deaths, but Rachel becomes increasingly convinced after pictures taken of her show her face severely distorted, an effect that was present in the pictures of Katie and her friends the day after watching the tape. Noah watches the tape, and asks her to make a copy for further investigation. Unfortunately, just as Rachel is beginning to truly fear there is something dangerous about this tape, Aiden watches it a couple of days later. On the same day, Noah calls Rachel and tells her that he believes her claims about the tape, after he sees himself in a convenience store camera with a blurry face. As he talks to her on the phone, we see a pile of developed photographs that Noah has recently taken of himself, all with his face distorted.